This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFall TV in association with MTK Global. We've never said this before. I'm in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, with St George Groves. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you finding it here?
It's not too bad. You know, you have big reserves. You hear a lot of horror stories about how, you know, you come into Saudi Arabia, a lot of stipulations, a lot of rules to be mindful of. But everyone seems pretty cool, pretty laid back. Maybe because I'm a fighter and they're excited about the fight. But the accommodation's been really good. You know, it's smooth getting into the country. Everyone's got their visas sorted. Everyone's landed okay, and the hotel's nice. The food's great. Been around the mall. You know, they got all the shops we got back home. Believe it or not, you know, it's you know, they're up to date. It's not bad.
I think literally from the moment the plane landed to actually getting out of the airport was about 15 minutes, and you don't really get that at any airport.
Yeah,
so,
no, yeah. I mean, it was quick. Yeah, it was quick. It was alright. We was in, we was out. I landed. We came Sunday night, landed Monday morning. So it was quite early. Maybe it was a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but yeah, no, everything seems pretty close. You know, it wasn't a long trip from the airport to the hotel. And I haven't been to the arena yet, but the press conference, the public workout, everything's nearby. It's good. It's practical.
have you got over the whole "it's in Jeddah" thing? I know people back at home are kind of tweeting like it's a massive surprise, but it's been kind of announced for a while. So
yeah,
it was unfortunate that kind of it was a little bit difficult for fans.
Yeah, well, it was nigh on impossible because like people were asking me about when a ticket's going on sale, and I had no clue. Do you know what I mean? I think it was hard to get a visa if you're coming out here as a fan without a ticket. So you know, you have to have a reason to come. Much like the World Cup in Russia, I think you had to have a ticket to get out there. So it's been difficult for people. I mean, you know, I was you know, had my concerns coming out here, but once you're out here, and as I say, everything's good, everything's easy out here, and it's no different for us. It's fight week. Do you know what I mean? We're in a hotel. You know,
Rings or ring.
We usually are exactly. By the time there's been that usual buzz, that fight week buzz. You know, it's hard to describe sometimes, but you go to there's bodies, there's people milling around. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you want on a big fight. You know, the more people, the better. We did a press conference today. Obviously, there's a few familiar faces like yourself, and you know, some of the British journos who've managed to come out here. But other than that, there's those other people we don't recognise, but they're buzzing about. You know, and they're making us say there's plenty of interviews, there's plenty of hype about the fight.
Asking you some random questions as well in the presser.
Yeah, real random questions. You know, we're fighters. We should steer clear of politics. So you know, but you know, more than anything, I think they're breaking new grounds, coming out here, pro boxing first time. So hopefully, we're going to inspire some more boxing to have to take place over here. Whether it be young kids picking up the gloves and starting boxing, or you know, other professionals coming over here to compete. Either way, you know, it'll be a good thing. But yeah, tough questions sometimes.
Whenever I talk to someone about this fight, a common thing that comes up is a question about your shoulder and how it is and how it's going to be going into this fight. And people are kind of using that as an advantage for Callum Smith, whether your shoulder holds out and whether it's 100%. So what would your response be to that?
Well, my shoulder is perfectly fine. It is a very good, strong, stable, secure, functioning shoulder. You can ask the sparring partners. I mean, you might see a bit in the pad work we've done this week and whatever's been sort of put out online. It works. It's fast. It's as good as ever. You know, I have no concerns, no hang-ups about the shoulder. I'm not going into this fight compromised in the slightest. You know, we've had sufficient time to rehab it, and the shoulder's a complex joint, so everyone feels like they know a bit about it, but everyone's shoulder injury is different. And you know, fortunately for us, it was a shoulder injury that can be rehabbed, you know, back to full fitness. That's where it's at now. You know, it's a good, strong, stable, functioning shoulder. It's fast, it's powerful, it's strong. You can hang off it. I've been sparring with cruiserweights. You know, they've been wrestling, tugging it, punching it, headbutting it, elbowing it, fly kicking it, everything. It's held up, so we're good to go.
Are you expecting a harder fight than your previous against EUBANK?
Maybe. You know, on paper, Smith is a better fighter. No question about it. He's bigger. He's probably slightly more seasoned. He has better physical attributes. You know, he's like EUBANK. He's well, not like EUBANK. Sorry, he's unbeaten. So that's you know, something new, something to contend with. But in other ways, you know, each fight is its own thing, you know, and each person is an individual. With EUBANK, we knew we could control him, easily outbox him, and see if he'll walk onto a big shot, you know. But no, at the same time, there's going to be that second wave that's going to come, or could come. So then that'll be the instructions from his dad in the corner will be just to, you know, fight fire with fire and go out on your shield if you have to, son. Just go out there and just, you know, just let your hands go, be aggressive. Don't think Smith's going to be like that. I don't think that's not the way they fight, you know. So he's dangerous early. You know, a lot of his good wins have come with first round or early knockouts. He also can carry his power late, but you know, he goes off the boil when he can't have things his own way, and especially, you know, after a few rounds, if he hasn't settled into the fight properly, he can't maintain focus, he can't maintain, you know, concentration, or he's too light, or he's too dry, or he's too drained. You know, he can't sustain the energy levels required. You know, we'll expect him to be on the song for, well, we've prepared for him to be sort of fully fit for 12 rounds and switched on, you know, on the ball. But that's something that I've proved that I can do. I don't think that's something that he's proved he can do yet. So that's he's venturing into a lot of unknown territory for him. You know, he's gonna have to ask questions of himself in the ring that he hasn't yet had to, and you're always going to be, part of you's going to be confident you can do it, but maybe you can't. So
I was going to come on to that, is the fact that, I mean, when you look at up and down kind of yours and Callum's record, obviously there's no debate over who's been in with what calibre of opposition, and of his own admission, he hasn't faced anyone that you faced, or even up to your level, you know, of standard. So could that be used as a kind of disadvantage for you, that you don't know how kind of good he is because he's not been in with that kind of, that marquee name, that elite fighter as such?
Yeah,
as you have.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that I could say the same about EUBANK Jr. before I boxed him, the same about Jamie Cox before I boxed him. There's loads of fighters out there that I've sort of faced where there's those elements that are unknown. There's loads of hype behind him. There's loads of potential. There's loads of, you know, he can go on to do this or do that. But you know, that final step, that is a giant leap, and sometimes it's too far for a lot of people. He's been hanging around, waiting to make that last step for an awful long time now, and his best years behind him. You know, has he rotted away a bit? You know, we'll never know really, because we'll just, if it goes the way I believe it's going to go, we're not going to know whether that's just what he always was and how far he would have gone, or whether he has sort of missed the boat. But yeah, we're preparing for something better than we've never seen from Smith, because he's yet to sort of make that step up.
He believes that you're not as good a fighter as you are now as the one that was with Adam Booth. He says you've improved, but he doesn't believe you're a better fighter than the one that was with Adam. What do you think of that?
I mean, I haven't listened too much to like Joe Gallagher or even Smith about the things they've said, but I can imagine the fights they've gone back to watch will be the fights where I've got beat. So the FROCH fights and the Badu Jack fight. You know, Badu Jack, they might think, right, you know, Badu Jack was, you know, he was a big lad, tall, boxed well, dropped me early, You know, what did I do wrong? How can he capitalise on that sort of stuff? And you know, they mentioned at the first press conference about the FROCH fight and about how good I was in the FROCH fight, its best performance. Far from it, you know, far from it. You know, I was just ballsy, and well, you know, I still am, but that was all people really cared about. And everyone was shocked when I dropped FROCH in the first round, but I wasn't. I was probably the only one who wasn't. I stayed relaxed, stayed composed. I thought I'm going to get the shot again. Obviously I didn't, and didn't really know what happened after. But yeah, I mean, even then I wasn't technically without a move then. So you know, I was a different sort of fighter on the booth. You know, I learnt a lot of new things. I drilled a lot of different skills working with Fitzpatrick. Skills that shouldn't have been the focus of my boxing, or you know, be my go-to guys. I think now working with Shane, I've got a collective sort of array of, you know, different skill sets that I've picked up over the years, things that I can sort of fall back on, or being a more rounded overall fighter. But Shane brings the best out of me. So, but I also have, you know, the experience to, you know, not be so gun ho. You know, I don't mean I'm any less more explosive. You know, I hit just as hard, if not harder, because my prep's better. I make weight better. You know, I'm a fight week I deal with better. You know, I'm a much better fighter now, I believe, than ever before.
You had no hesitation in when they asked you whether the fight goes the distance. You almost just gave the one-word answer in the press conference today and said no. You firmly believe you'll knock Callum Smith out?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. You know, his chin hasn't been tested, so again, that's an unknown. Like, not tested by someone who hits as hard as me. But the pressure I'm going to put him under, the pace I'm going to make him fight at, I don't think he's going to cope with that. I think there's going to be openings for me to take advantage of. I think when I land a big shot, I'm going to hurt him, and I'm definitely going to be able to finish him. So I don't think it's not Hagler Hearns. It's not a 3-round fight. It's not that sort of thing. But you know, I'll be calm. I'll be composed. I'll be setting traps. I'll be dictating the fight, the pace. I'll be landing big shots from the get-go, and then as soon as the time comes, I will be able to capitalise, and I'm sure that will happen before the final bell.
Randomly on this card, Chris Eubanks wound up fighting JJ McDonough. I think everyone's kind of a little bit surprised. Didn't really know that he was announced late on the card, and then opponent-wise, he's fighting JJ McDonough, who's best known obviously for his knockout of Jake Ball about a year ago. Yeah, what do you make of that fight?
Yeah, I thought Junior was going to be the sort of chief support fight, maybe someone like and then if one of me or Smith gets sick fight week, or there's a reason to cancel, he'll be the late replacement. So, you know, he's probably going to fight DeGALE in December, isn't he? So he wants a little 8-rounder warm up or whatever he's having. DeGale's, I think, he's having a little warm up fight somewhere, someplace, sometime.
This week, I think.
This week,
yeah. This week, I think.
So yeah, they're probably working their way. They probably got thinking they would like to fight the winner of the tournament. Probably both secretly want me to win, bigger fight for them. And then, but they thought I would have a little warm-up fight, we'll have a little tussle amongst each other, and then winner sort of takes all the fight against me. Be my educated guess, but I haven't seen Chris yet. I saw a couple of his team wandering around in the press today. A couple of them was on, I think Chris was on my flight. He was sitting at the back of the plane.
Chris was on my flight. And were we all on the same flight?
He was last team.
I think Jake's here on the plane.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, right.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah, last night, yeah. So yeah, he got here quite late, you know. I'm sure he's alright.
What, will you go and speak to him if you see him tomorrow?
I'll say hello.
Yeah.
I doubt, you know, I won't be in chatting mood at weighing day, and I doubt he will be much too. I doubt he will talk to me. But I'll happily say hello to him. I don't know, I haven't seen his dad yet. I saw Ronnie, but I haven't said hello to him either. I just see him in the crowd. So yeah, I'll say hello. He's alright.
Yeah, there are rumours of a potential fight with DeGALE and EUBANK in December, just from stuff that they'd tweeted out. and about possibly both of them fighting in December. DeGALE suggesting, DeGale's word, something juicy coming in December. So I haven't heard anything kind of concrete about that, or even who would put that on. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I think it's a logical fight, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If neither of them could get a fight with Rocky Fielding for a world title, then the next best thing is to sort of fight each other. You know, it might end up on one of the pay-per-view channels now. I don't know in the UK if they're both free agents or not. But
who would win that fight, George? Sorry.
You know, off recent form, I'd go with Junior, but I just think Junior would be too much work for him, too busy for him. But DeGale's got size, he's got skill on him. If he's fixed his shoulder and got over the Truax nightmare, and you know, and he's motivated, then don't take it too lightly. Then he could roll back the years. But the way things are now, I'd imagine Junior would beat him.
What do you want to do left in your career?
I want to win this Ring Magazine belt. I want to win the Ali Trophy. I want to win the WBC Diamond belt, and then assess. You know, we see. You know, I've been fortunate to be in plenty of big fights, and of late, big fights. You know, this is a big fight. EUBANK Junior big fight. So that's all. That's where I've become accustomed to KUGAN. You know what I mean? I want more big fights. As long as, you know, I've got a little checklist of things that are important to me now, and as long as I'm motivated, healthy, getting enough time with my family, and you know, the opportunities and the money, the accolades are there, then we'll keep going. You know, as long as I'm fit, as long as I'm fit. You know, it was. If I wasn't in this fight, then you know, having the shoulder dislocate but beating Junior, you know, in a big show pay-per-view might have been a good way to go out. But we're having this fight, no way. Like, let's get fit. Let's win this trophy, win these belts, and then we will assess. You know, I can't call out Bellew. Someone's already done that. So Hayes retired. Joshua's boxed last week. Call out. It's either going to be Canelo. I fight Canelo. Lomachenko. Is he fighting anyone soon? What is he doing now?
He's fighting Pedraza. That was announced today.
Right,
Actually,
I missed that one. Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Running out of options.
Yeah.
Would it bother you if you didn't fight DeGALE again? Would it bother you?
Not at all. Not at all. Because I've boxed him twice, amateur pro, beat him twice, and you know, I think between each other, it's, you know, he's read one wave, then I've come the next one, you know. But as it stands now, if we both packed it in tomorrow, I feel that the average Joe on the street would know the difference between us. And you know, the only motivation, the two motivations for fighting DeGALE. One would be finance, obviously, because I think it would be a good payday, and two would be just to punch him in the face, which is always good fun. But if Junior beats him, then I'd feel sorry for him. I wouldn't want to hit him anymore, you know. But you know, this no real drive. But then again, if the opportunity arises, then you know, it might be one to sort of have a crack at.
Did you watch FROCH's Insta story?
No, I don't follow him on Instagram. What was it?
I don't know if you not seen it. It was put out on social media quite a bit from the Joshua night.
Oh no.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
If you see that,
No, I'm asking you.
It could be good. If it's good, then tell me. Yeah, if it's a bit
well,
boring,
it's not really good.
Fast,
it's not, when you say good, it's not really in your favour. But if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you. If not, well, he was panning around the ring, and obviously it was at Wembley, and he said, "I think that's the spot where he knocked you out."
Oh, right. That's quite funny. Yeah.
But no, I didn't know if you'd seen it, because then he later kind of half apologised on my video for doing it, and I hadn't seen it at the time.
Oh, right.
So
Enjoy your moment,
and
mate.
he
Enjoy
wished
your
you
moment.
good. No, he wished genuinely. Well, I'm saying genuinely. It seemed genuinely like
Yeah.
he wished you good luck in that as well.
It's cool. Like, enjoy your moment, lap it up. Do you know what I mean? It's if you get some free digs at me, then by all means, you know, go for it. Because if it was the other way around, maybe I'll do the same, return the same favour. You know, at the end of the day, we're fighters. Do you know what I mean? We never had anything in common. Do you know what I mean? We just stumbled across each other's path. You know, I tried to wind him up, he tried to wind me up. We had a fight. And he knocked me out. You know what I mean? So he won. Well done. Fair play. Away you go. Like So if he's at Wembley, he's got to fulfil his, you know, his whatever it may be. He's making himself happy. May keep himself relevant. You know, by all means. I think it's funny.
I really wish I hadn't brought it up now. I kind of assumed you to have seen it, so I thought I was like.
No, you know, I'm not that huge on the old social media lately. Do you know what I mean? I think because I don't know, you go through waves with it, didn't you? I'm not too fussed with it at the moment. You know what I mean? If you go on Instagram, I end up just
Plus, you've got big things coming up this week
yeah,
as
exactly,
well.
Yeah, so no, I missed that one, unfortunately.
All right, maybe your team kept it away from you. But yeah, Friday night here in Jeddah. Do you know kind of what to expect on fight night? Or?
Not exactly. Like I didn't know whether it was going to be an empty hall or just the royal family and a couple of others. You know, deadpan silence. You know, a slight round of applause at the end of each round. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be rowdy in Saudi. It's going to be rowdy in Saudi. That's what it's going to be come Friday night. It's going to be packed TV. These people are excited. I think they've been starved of a big event. Do you know what I mean? And now that it's here, you know, they are fully anticipating. They want action. They want fireworks. So there's, as I say, the fight week buzz is here. It's here. And I think the fact that you can hear all the buzz means that come fight night, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm hoping for it. It's indoors. There's aircon. I am happy. You know, we're not outside. It's not in the middle of the afternoon. Everyone's going to be. I think it's going to be a good atmosphere. You know, those who are fortunate enough to get out here and see it, or the locals who are coming, or wherever they may be. I think we're in for a real treat.
If not, ITV box office.
ITV, yeah. If you can't get out here, which you might not do, ITV box office. They won't like me saying it, but I know it can be a bit of a struggle to book it. You know, I've struggled a bit at home. So if you can, call up, get online, do what you need to do to get the fight booked. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Everyone's having a crack at the old pay-per-view now, aren't they? Your BT, ITV, Sky.
The market is flooded.
It's flooded.
But it means we're getting better fights. So
yeah,
it's just between now and the end of the year, I think there's going to be potentially like 5, maybe 6. And Frank Warren's got 2. Eddie Hearn will have 2. You've got 1.
I don't know if
chuck another one in somewhere.
The rest of these WSBs going to be on pay-per-view.
I don't know.
On a week, I'd imagine they're going to put them on free-to-air quarterfinals.
Yeah, a lot of those, the new season that starts will be free-to-air. I'm not sure whether any of them will be.
I think it makes sense to build the brand to have it free-to-air, but.
But if DeGALE fights EUBANK, then is that pay-per-view? I don't know.
It's got to be, isn't it? Who's going to? They won't fight each other for free. I mean, they can't sell a ticket between them, but if they're both fighting each other, maybe people will come. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? But
all right, well listen.
All right, mate. Thanks for coming down.
No.
Lovely to see you.
Do you mean to the hotel or in Saudi Arabia?
Hotel. Yeah. Saudi Arabia too. It's a long way.
I don't think I'd ever. It's not a place that I would normally. Well, I probably won't come here again unless like you box here again or someone else boxes here again.
Yeah, we'll make it an annual thing.
Just can't bring any women here, obviously. You'd be alright because you're married, but for people that are not married who've got partners, you can't do it.
No. Yeah, it's not ideal.
Is your wife coming over?
Maybe.
No, I was just wondering because of all the.
She maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. She's gonna get out here and test the waters. She's never missed a fight, but maybe.
No, I've never not seen her at one of your fights.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We'll be alright if she can't make it, or we decide she doesn't need to come. We'll be fine. So,
and if you're watching this, ITV box office.
Yeah, she's booked it. She's booked it.
So you can watch it at home
Yeah,
anyway.
she is planning ahead.
No problem. George, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Got the weigh-in tomorrow. It's a bit of a late weigh-in. I think it's at
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, which will be 3 o'clock at home.
What are you doing? Are you streaming it live? Is there anything we should tune in for? You should update a quick video after. I just find the weigh-in very boring to watch, but some people love it.
Depends. Your old weigh-ins used to be fun to watch.
Yeah? Why? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. There's a little bit of
right, yeah, not now.
You seem to have like mellowed out and chilled out in your age.
Yeah.
I didn't say old age. I just said age.
Old age, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're good to go. I'm only 30. Fuck me. Don't believe the hype. Got another 10 years.
How old are you?
30.
Are you really?
What was you going to go? 36?
No, I thought you were like creeping into your 30s as opposed to 30 bang on.
No, 30 now. Yeah.
Like 32, 33.
30. 998. I look healthier, you know.
Is he really?
What, 30?
Yeah.
March, yeah.
I mean,
It's like you've been around
Jesus,
for
make
like
me feel-
years. No, it feels like you've been around for years.
I have.
No, I know, but just...
You haven't.
when did I start? 210.
This is like...
I watched one of your fights before I was even doing IFL actually.
You watched one of my fights, did you? Oh, wow.
No, I was at one of your fights actually before
Oh, right.
we started. The ones with Charles Adamu.
Yeah.
That's when I first saw you fight, yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
You was there. Jules, thank you very much for talking to us, and like I said, we'll catch up with you over
They
the
like thumbs
weekend.
up out here as well. Have you been asked to do the thumbs up yet?
No, what?
Very important, thumbs up.
Alright.
They like it, they love it.
What, here?
Well, anyway, not
Okay.
this particular room, but like public workouts, they love thumbs up.
Who's they?
The photographers, the
Alright.
local photographers,
Yeah.
love thumbs up. It's important. I don't know.
Alright.
Hopefully, it means what I think it means. Like I haven't like, set myself up for something that I'm unaware of. But thumbs up. Everything's good. I tell you.
No, okay.
You laugh. You wait.
Alright.
I'll just give you some
okay.
local knowledge there.
Alright. Alright, I'll take your word for
Take
it.
my word for it.
I'll take your word for it. Speak to you soon. Speak to you tomorrow even.